Hello, everyone. It's Chris with XFAT Theory. All right, got a couple of little things I just wanted to chat about today, so I'm going to shoot this video real quick and post it up. I hope you guys are following XFAT Theory, and I hope some of you guys will start following Trucking for My Future, which is my second channel. Hang on just a second, we'll get right into the video. Alrighty then. Basically, what I want to do is I want to talk about a couple of things that are hot topics for me that I've seen lately. I was watching a video yesterday where there's a couple that live in Phnom Penh, and they were showing off their apartment, their condo. I'll tell you what, it was pretty nice. They are in a high-rise condo building, downtown area, BKK1, which is the most expensive area in Phnom Penh, and they had a one-bedroom condo. It was running them about $750 a month, and this is kind of considered, pretty upscale, for it was a pretty nice place, and for $750 a month. I think it was like 14th floor or something like that. Two big windows, one on each side there. Great views. Nice little balcony to sit on. Fairly decent living room, bedroom. It was a nice place. And, of course, all this is rolling around in my head. I'm thinking, geez, I could probably get that same quality in, say, the Philippines. It'd be much cheaper. And it's in the city and all that. I was like, that's not a bad price, especially for what you're getting. But it could be done cheaper. It could be done cheaper there. You didn't have to be in BKK1. And it could be done cheaper in other places as well. And it just kind of got the wheels turning a little bit, if I can get my financials straightened out to where my money is what I want it to be, and my monthly budget is good, that would be a really nice thing to have that power to pick and choose where I want to live and what style I want to live. If I want to live out in the burbs or if I want to live in the city, do I want just a little like townhouse or do I want a nice condo or, that would really be a fantastic thing for me to have the budget that I could just pick and choose whatever I want. And it really wouldn't affect me either way. If I want to live in the burbs, live a little cheaper and take a little farther ride to get into town and get all the stuff and, or if I just want to be right there in the middle of things, pay a little bit more, but be able to walk out my front door and be in the city. Whichever suits me, And I'm, be honest with you, I'll probably try both. I'll probably do some living out in the burbs, and if I don't like it, I'll move into the city. If I move into the city and I absolutely hate it, I'll move out to the subdivision somewhere, until I find what makes me happy. But it'd be such a different animal for me to have that power and ability to just pick and choose whatever lifestyle I want. I've spent my whole life doing the best I can, living the lifestyle that I can afford. So it's such a wonderful feeling knowing that once I get all of my financials straightened out and built up, that I'm going to have the budget just to do whatever I want and not have to worry about paying the bills every month. That I can't even tell you how good that's going to feel to me. Just the thought of it almost brings a little bit of a euphoria because I have stressed so hard my whole life just trying to get by. And that's one of the things I actually am really tired of That's kind of wrapped up in your whole work world. You're working so that you can get by, so that you can survive. You go check to check just to make sure you can pay the bills. And I am so done with all of that. If I could stop today, I would. But gotta have that money, you know. So I can't just up and stop. I gotta keep going. And there is light at the end of the tunnel, though. I mean, at the latest 2030, you know, unless I get lucky, I get some really great things happen with my finances. That could happen sooner, but at least 2030 is the light at the end of the tunnel there. So, that being said, it's still not 100% determined where I'm going, but I'm looking at things. If I go to one place and it's a little cheaper, then I'm sacrificing a little bit on infrastructure and so forth. But there's been a lot of options coming up, a lot of new things coming up. Believe it or not, Argentina has popped up on the list. I've seen some recent videos of that. Argentina's looking really nice. So I have a little bit of torn emotions here about where I actually want to end up. My heart kind of tells me I want to be in Asia. I love Asian culture. I've been there before. I'm more comfortable with that. I don't speak Spanish, and it seems like that is a little bit of a hurdle. There are a lot of English speakers, don't get me wrong, but it seems like in the Asian cultures, the number of English speakers seems to be a little heavier. I don't know, it's just like they teach it in schools, and it's something that you can find more of. And in the Spanish world, with Spanish being such a dominant language in the world, the cultural need to speak English is not as dire. As in the Asian world, they know that primarily outside of their local areas, people aren't going to speak their dialect. They're not going to speak their language. So they have to have a more common middle ground language to go to, which is English. So that all being said, I'm looking at different places still, and I'm still open for suggestions. And if anybody out there's got any ideas or suggestions, or want to talk about some different concepts, I could easily go to Portugal. I could be wandering around Europe. I can go South America. I can go Asia. I can go anywhere I want, as long as I get my budget straightened out. That's another very uplifting thing. So, I can't talk about the plan enough. That is something I just completely, I'm all in on, And it doesn't have to be about talking about my plan. Okay, we're talking about the plan. And everybody should have a plan for whatever it is they want. I've mentioned this in previous videos. I don't care if you want the newest phone or a new computer that kicks butt, or you want to take a vacation trip, or what, doesn't matter. Whatever it is you want, you got to train that brain to start putting that money back and building a plan on how you're going to get there and get what you want. Once you get in the habit of doing that, there's nothing out there that'll be out of your reach. Nothing. Doesn't matter whether it's financial goal or some sort of object, or even if it's in your education or your work life. There'll be no goal that you can't reach once you start training your brain into making a plan and following through. So I can't say enough about that. That's something I feel like I'm going to be harping on pretty much the whole time I'm doing this channel. I can't say how important that is. and it's led to a big success for me personally. So I can speak to it and tell you for sure that it does work. So the other thing I wanted to mention was a cool little thing that happened over in the financial world. Tesla. Tesla stock did a split today, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm into Tesla. I only had like 2 shares, but they did a 3-for-1 split. So now I have 6 shares. That's kind of nice. Of course, the price is still the same, but spread out over more shares. So it's going to take a little while for it to build back up and get back up to where it was, but I think it will. I think the actual stock price, even though there's more shares, I think the stock price is going to slowly, gradually, over time, build back up close to what it was before the split. And that means I'm going to have 3 times as much money, once it gets back up to that old point. Even if it doesn't get all the way back up there, even if it, once it starts climbing again, I'm going to start seeing some real profits off of it. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be a nice little investment that's going to pan out for me. And if you're interested at all in keeping track of what's going on with the finances and the stock market and all that crap, the stuff that I'm doing with my account, I can't accurately tell you everything that's happening in the stock market, but I can give you insight on how things are working from my portfolio. So if you're interested, my second channel being Trucking for My Future, jump over there, just hit the like, subscribe thing and follow along. And I'll be talking about different stuff, how to use Webull, the strategies I'm putting into play. I'll be going over actually showing my portfolio's overall total amount of loss, gain, my dividends, things like that, and just basically talking about stuff that's in the financial and stock market sector. So if you have any interest in that, jump on over there and join me over there with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this a little bit short, so that's basically what I want to talk about today. I'm kind of excited with the Tesla split. I'm really happy and excited with, the outlook of my future. Things are getting better every year, and just to kind of give you an idea, I'm going to throw the numbers out there. 8 years with CVS, and I was making $26,000 a year. If I cashed in one of my 2 weeks of vacation, I could have bumped it up to $27,000 a year gross. And that's even after getting a company-wide pay increase that they did there in the last couple of years before I left. They raised the pay rates for everybody, and it just wasn't enough. I mean, just $26,000 a year. That's very difficult to live on. So, here in the U.S. Now, overseas, not too bad. But, yeah, that's just wasn't enough. So, I checked out from CVS, jumped into trucking. I didn't actually get on the road until February. So my first year was actually 10 months. My first year, I made 46. That's a huge increase. My second year, 58. What can I even say compared to what I was experiencing before? Holy crap. This year, I'm still projecting it out. A lot of it's going to depend on how bad winter gets and how much of a problem I have with the weather. It could shut me down. It could slow down my income pretty harshly. But I'm looking at somewhere in the ballpark of around 65,000. Now, that also accounts for this year's craziness, supply chain shortage, employee shortage, just the complete downturn of the economy, slowdown, it really affected things. With that in mind, moving forward to next year, my projections are going to be 70,000 plus. Now, it's a ballpark guess, and I don't hold my feet to the fire on that, but that's what I'm expecting. So going from 26 to 70 in a couple of years, I can't even describe to you the total difference that it's had in my life. And it started with me just making a plan and deciding that, you know what, I'm done with this low level of existence. I've had enough. I can't keep doing this. I've got to do better. And stepping out of my comfort zone, having confidence to follow the plan that I made and do it. And now looking forward, if everything goes according to plan, then you're always going to have ups and downs and sideways moves to get there. But if I can stay on track, life's going to be looking pretty good when I'm ready to get out of here and stop working and retire. All right, guys, that's going to be the video. So you guys have a good one. Again, hopefully you'll hit the like, share, subscribe thing, notification bell, and all that. Jump over to Trucking for My Future. Jump in on that channel as well. I really appreciate you guys being here and watching my videos. And we'll see you in the next one.